Alex, let's have a look at the Daily Star, shall we? And this is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry dancing or twerking in the maternity suite. God. It's gone viral, hasn't it?
It's insufferable. Listen, I don't have a hate for them. I don't hate them, right? What I'm sick to death of is them talking about privacy but not actually really wanting it. We've got a clip to show them. I think we do. Let's have a look.
When the song come on, let me see you get gone. Baby mama, this your song. Been pregnant for way too long. I tell the DJ, turn it off. Turn it off.
If she a baby mama, she gon' do that baby mama.
Work.
She gon' put it on you. She gon' do that baby mama. Drop it down, drop it down, down low. Drop it down, drop it down, down low. Drop it down, drop it down, down low.
When was the last time you twerked, Alex?
I don't think I've ever twerked in my life.
You
mate.
must have.
Really?
I genuinely mean that. If there's any footage that ever comes out of me twerking, I'll pay for all your pints one night. How about that?
What would the late Queen think of that?
I mean,
can you imagine?
Listen, this is the exact same time they were calling for privacy. It's the exact same time saying we don't want any more media attention on us. We're sick to death of it. Now times have changed, haven't they?
Well, they would say this is all under their own control. They're putting it out there. They're in control of what they're putting out.
I think they're having a reset. They think they're having a popularity turn in their favour. The problem is the rest of the world doesn't agree.
What do you make of it, Freddie? I'm very interested to hear what you think.
I think she's got... I agree with Ben. I think, you know, I know this makes me sound like a bit of a fuddy-duddy, but royals aren't meant to behave like that. It's like vulgar and gross. And I don't find it funny. I don't like the music.
It's such a good point. Even the music is inane.
Yes.
It's just some juvenile song that you'd hear from a 12-year-old's mobile phone on a train or something. Yeah. Fair enough if you want to do that stuff in private, you know, fill your boots. But Harry, at least, Meghan, she's an American celebrity, so I can kind of forgive her for it.
It's definitely her idea,
she's like,
isn't it?
Prince Harry is a prince of the realm. You imagine the centuries of history and tradition in this country, the respectful organisations that he was or is an ambassador of, the military, and you're behaving like that and happy to release it in public. I mean, it's just so demeaning.
Yeah, she's a narcissist and he's quite thick.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Freddie nailed it.
I mean, you wouldn't see...
What he said.
Yeah, you wouldn't see the Princess of Wales doing that,
Damn right you wouldn't.
In a maternity suite.
No, she does a better job.
Yeah. Anyway, let us know what you think on that one. Loads of views coming in. tvnews.com/she'll say.
Has appeared in the paper today. So this is supposedly a celebration of Lilibet's 4th birthday.
Really?
It's yet another celebration of Meghan. Because what she's doing is published lots of lovely pictures of her twerking in the maternity suite before Lilibet was born. Pictures of her on the beach with Lilibet. Gorgeous windswept
No, you
pictures.
can't actually see Lilibet's face properly, of course.
Well, no, you can't, and nor should we. However, what she's done is made this 4th birthday celebration all about her.
Meghan Markle is once again under fire. This time for a video of herself twerking while pregnant, posted from a hospital setting. Critics didn't hold back. The word idiot was used. Tonight we break down the backlash, the misstep, and what this says about her brand, her image, and her royal legacy. Let's set the scene. A high-profile figure, a hospital suite, a moment caught on camera that should have been private. Meghan's video went viral, but not for the reasons she'd hoped. Social media exploded. From royal watchers to everyday viewers, the reaction was brutal. Why? Because people expect more than just visibility from public figures. They expect discretion, especially in a royal context. Meghan's brand has always been about empowerment, visibility, breaking stereotypes. But this moment flipped the script. Instead of being seen as bold, she was seen as reckless. The twerking clip didn't feel like rebellion. It felt like attention-seeking. And in the court of public opinion, there's a fine line between settling for symbol smash and losing respect altogether. The monarchy has rules. Many unwritten, many based on restraint, dignity, and service. Meghan's video clashed with that world. When you blend Hollywood tactics with royal status, you risk a mixed identity. And for Meghan, the cost might be credibility. The backlash wasn't just online snark. Royal commentators called it a PR disaster. Supporters turned cold. The palace watches, silent but watching. Idiot, read some headlines. Others said the video would be one more mark against a brand already under pressure.
as she does
Yes,
almost
yes,
everything else.
yeah.
You know, it's like, look at this. So, and I just think it's this sweet.
Harry doesn't.
This,
Harry hardly gets a look in.
this stuff. Oh yeah, you've got to say. So where that's working. Well, he does get a look, and he forces himself right in front of the camera.
And he looks an idiot.
See there. I mean, these two talk
And he
about
looks an
privacy.
idiot.
Can you not just say something nice?
No.
These two talk about privacy, and one of the most private moments
I
of
couldn't
their
agree
lives.
more. That's what I was saying to Bev earlier.
Just before you're going to
Just
give
before
birth.
they give birth to their little baby girl, they're sharing those images to promote brand Meghan. And this is a woman, Jonathan, who's always going on about the press invading her
If I
privacy.
cared
She's
at
invaded
all
her own
about this,
privacy.
which I don't, but if I did...
Right, we'll just talk to Carol then. We'll just talk to Carol then. If you don't care...
You asked me my opinion, and I'll give it to you.
Go on, we
if
can't
I cared
wait.
about this, I would say, on your terms, if we accept your framing that she's doing this retention, well, why do you keep giving it to her then? If all she wants is for people on television to talk about her and to drive clicks to her social media, then you are doing exactly what she wants. The best thing you could possibly do is to ignore her and not give her the publicity she craves. If this is your
who had
framing...
nothing to say, you're going on a bit.
You can talk.
The thing is, there are people who are, when you're talking about them, it's not in a good way. All this is doing is actually
No such thing as
denigrating her
bad
brand.
publicity, Carol,
And I think
you know
it's
that.
really interesting timing. It's not just about Elizabeth's birthday. You know, there was that story last week how the As Ever brand has stopped making this very expensive jam. Now, you don't stop making it unless it's not selling. And, you know, she gave us all this tosh about how it is sold out in minutes, whatever. If it is sold out, they'd be making lots more of it and they'd be making a fortune.
I think it's £9 a jar.
Well, it's ridiculous.
Fruit's not... Fruit, sometimes you
Well,
just
let's
run
do
out of
blind
fruit,
dates. Let's do...
Breaking news, woman does dance.
Oh, but it's not just any woman. It's Meghan Sussex.
Is she allowed to call herself Meghan? No, she is allowed to call herself Meghan Sussex. It's the other one that she's not allowed to
She
use.
made a big
HRH.
point of it in her last series, didn't she? She said to Mindy Kaling, who's an actress over in the United States, her friend apparently, she said, oh, it's so funny that people still call me Markle. I'm actually a Sussex. Oh.
Is that funny?
Tom.
I'm sorry.
Interactions.
I know it
between
would
people
make
are
better
funny.
television if I could muster a scintilla.
No, not necessarily.
I don't know of opinion about.
You've got to be true to yourself, Tom.
That I just honestly cannot bring myself to care.
So I think I'm very interested in how people interact with each other. Right. So it's not necessarily that it's Meghan or that it's Harry. It's. I find it just very interesting how they choose to market themselves, how they choose to communicate with themselves, how they've taken all sorts of different routes away from the royal family, yet they still, pine for what it was to be a royal in certain ways, the way they were able to just say anything about the family, yet claim to be victims.
OK,
so I find it very interesting.
I completely understand. When Harry brings out a book that has all this salacious news about the royal family, absolutely, I'm right there with it. That's news that I think I care about, I think the country cares about. When it's Meghan brings out a new jam...
But then it's interesting. Why jam? Why jam, Tom?
Why
jam?
care?
Why jam?
Why care?
Does she want to be, seen as a traditional wife now rather than a grand humanitarian politico? Tom, it's very interesting.
if she does, good on her. I can't.
I'm half winding you up now. You must know that. You must know that.
This could be a turning point, a moment that defines whether Meghan's image is adaptable or expired. She has choices: double down on visibility or return to purpose. Because in the royal and public sphere, image is everything, and once you lose trust, you're always chasing the photo, never the moment. Meghan Markle's twerking video might seem trivial, a funny clip to some, but in the bigger story of her life, it's not just a misstep. It's a message about how she sees herself and how the world sees her. Do you think Meghan misjudged the moment, or is this just another unfair royal judgment day? Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe for more fearless royal commentary, sharp critique, and the stories that don't make the headlines, because the truth behind royalty is always worth the watch.